Our former tax collector, Miss Conley. Miss Conley, let's give her a hand as you come. It'll be. Now, if it's time to win, maybe guess what? She might carry with a finger now. You know that? Can you live that for? Yeah. It'll be just a big folk down to be that kid, y'all. You know what I mean? And I don't know why. Look at it. It'll be just like Brownie. And just like that, folks. You hear me? If they believe in it, they go all the way. Man, if they thinking about nothing, guess what? Then you won't get nothing. But anyway, Miss Key, so I'm going to turn over to you and just come your own way. Let's give her a hand again.
Hello, everybody. First, giving honor to God, who's the head of my life. Thank you, Mr. Sim, for having me here and everybody else that come. Okay, my name is Pamela Keys. I'm the LaFleur County Tax Collector. And I'm just going to give a small rundown as to what has happened in the office since I took office. Well, I ran on building a better future for tomorrow. So that's like bringing everything to the 21st century. First thing I wanted to do was I had a conversation with Miss Conley. First of all, I want to thank her for being there every day to help me get through everybody. So please give her a round of applause. So I was talking about getting raises for them. That's one thing I did. I worked on that. We got that done. Bringing us to the 21st century. Renewing your tags from the comfort of your home. That's the first thing we had was the tags. But now, if you buy a vehicle or you have a title and you try and change it over, you still have to come in the office the first time. And you can only renew your tags online if it's current. If it's not current, you cannot renew it. You'll have to come in the office. The second thing we worked on was paying taxes online. So we got that in order. You can pay taxes from the comfort of your home. Now we're getting ready to do online for the tax sale, which starts Monday. So I try to go on Facebook to let people know, come in and, pay your taxes, because I don't want to see anybody's taxes going to the tax sale. I want everybody to be able to come in. But if everybody can see, time is hard at this point right now. So, we got to do something. Vote, for one thing. But we do have, the tax sale start Monday, and it will be online. If you would like to go, you go online and do the tax sale. Just go to gov.ease.com, I think. But if you go to my Facebook page, you can see the icon there where you can go online to do taxes. What I mean by bid and stuff like that. But and I did that because it's a broader view, and the county need money, and that's what we're working on, trying to get more money for the county. So if anybody have any questions, I don't stay long. You got any questions? Anybody?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
I have a question. How y'all doing?
Hey.
The online services, is there a fee for that?
It is.
Okay.
It's 2.35, and it's LaFleur County, ma'am.
That's a percentage of whatever you're paying?
Yes, it's a 2.35 plus, added to whatever your taxes are or your tag is. No, 2.35%. Yes, ma'am.
Like for my tag, whatever my tag is, I pay an additional 2.35%.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I just want to be clear because I just kind of paid my tag.
Okay. Is there any more questions?
Go ahead.
If not, I'll turn it over to Mr. Sim.
You sure y'all have more questions?
No.
They're going to flood your call. They're going to flood you Monday now, watch. And she was saying, Jen, I need this question. I haven't voted today. Well, anyway, thank you, Ms. Pham. We really appreciate it. And Ms. Conley, I'm back and say you trained her well. How about that? Well, anyway, our next speaker here, her husband, I know him. worked with him at middle school and Greenwood High School. Been knowing him, been knowing all the tunnels. As a matter of fact, I walked with one just about every morning. I did Browning in Browning track. I thought, what is it? I thought that was him right there. But he said, no, that's my brother. I said, man, are y'all clean? I'm seeing things. Okay. All right. Miss Milton, how you doing? Brother Milton, how you doing? Well, anyway, you got more hair than you got. But anyway, Miss Kim Bruce, I'm going to make sure this before you get up. Anybody here to introduce you? Come on, all these tunnels up in here. This your daughter? Oh yeah. I know she knows something about her mama. Go ahead.
Hello. I'm just so honored to be able to introduce the future Justice Court Judge, Angela Turner Kimbrough. Just know that she's very qualified for this position. She cares and loves her community so much. So I just want y'all to vote for her on November 3rd.
All right.
And we didn't practice that either, y'all. First of all, I would like to thank God for the opportunity to stand before y'all. I thank God for just so many people out here to support me. And also, I would like to thank my parents. My dad is no longer here. However, Mother Rosie Turner, my mama, she couldn't be here tonight. She had an incident, but she's okay. She's progressing, so keep her in your prayers. But I grew up right here. I was born and bred right here in Greenwood, LaFleur County, Mississippi, right here on Scott Street. 50 years we've been here. The Turner family, the best family in the world. Also, I am the wife of Forrest Kimbrough, who is here now for about 25 years. I am also the mother of Zachary Kimbrough, Morgan Grace Kimbrough, and my other son, my oldest son, he lives in Nashville, Forrest Kimbrough Jr. I am the proud grandmother of Aria and Naomi Kimbrough. They are my grand twins. I love them so. And I would like to thank Greenwood Bowling League for giving me this opportunity. I would like to thank my family, my friends, my supporters. I didn't know y'all love me this much, but I appreciate y'all being here. Just a little about myself. I love family. I love friends. I love community. I love to travel, but most importantly, I love God. And and the reason I'm running because I am qualified. I am the Justice Court Public Defender, and what I do with that, I go to court. If there's somebody that's there that needs some help or cannot afford an attorney, I provide effective representation. I am familiar with the law. Not only am I familiar with the law, I know the Mississippi rules of evidence, which you have to know those rules to make sure that you know what evidence to let in or what evidence to keep out. I am also what they call a guardian ad litem. A guardian ad litem is a person who the court appoints. If a child to look for the child's best interest and also the interest of someone who may need a ward. Say, for instance, if they're incapacitated or they're disabled and can't make the decisions necessary for them. So the judge will appoint me. I investigate and I make recommendations to tell the judge what she or he should or should not do. Now, if the court agrees with that, then there's no need for the court to do an order. But if the court does not, they have to do an order because what the guardian ad litem stands for is I'm unbiased, I'm fair, and I am impartial. And also, I serve as what they call a special master. A special master is a person who hears the lunacy cases. Lunacy is like mental health cases. I hear those cases. I appoint an attorney to ensure that the person's right is actually being protected. And I have a hearing that they're allowed to present evidence to be heard. And at that time, I make a recommendation as to whether or not, or sign an order as to whether or not they should be committed. I also have the experience in doing family master. Family master is a person who oversees child support cases. I hear the cases, establish paternity, and I also allow a person the opportunity to present any evidence that they have to make sure whether or not they need DNA testing, go to jail, if they don't pay their child support, they will be given the opportunity. We're going to be fair before anybody gets to go to jail because that's what we're about, being fair, impartial, and unbiased.
And I have also served as a role as a special prosecutor. What that means is that in the event that a prosecutor cannot serve, I have served in that role, meaning that I know how to not only serve to protect people's interests, I also know how to serve to prosecute the interests of victims. So I have skills and information as to all aspects. I know how to administer justice fairly, impartial, and unbiased. And also, the thing that we have to keep in mind with this position, it doesn't require you to have a law degree, but it does require you to have some knowledge of the law. And it is so important that you know the law, being able to do it effectively, knowing the Mississippi rules of evidence, the Mississippi rules of civil procedure, knowing that, and not only just knowing that, but embracing people with grace, understanding, ruling with compassion. And not just because somebody has done something, they still have a right to a fair trial, a right to not be prejudged, a right to not get a phone call because it's somebody that they don't like and they want somebody to actually prosecute it for that reason alone. I told someone, if I can't do it for A, I will not do it for B, because we have to be fair to people. I have to know what to do and how to do it and how to be effective. Now, a lot of people think that it's all about, with justice court, it's all about criminal cases, but it's also landlord-tenant laws. You deal with also, the justice court judge can marry people. The justice court judge can issue protective orders. But the most important thing is that the justice court judge has to have a listening ear and a compassionate heart. You got to have that. You have to be willing to listen to people and embrace people where they are. And also, in understanding this, even if that person is found guilty, there are other alternatives. You don't have to just send them to jail. There are other alternatives. They can even plead guilty and not be found guilty, because we have laws that say it's non-adjudication. So there are so many other resources and other things that people have. Even with doing a case up on today, a young man came in today and he did not have a petition for child support. And so they asked him, would you sign the waiver? So my first thing was, sir, first of all, do you understand what a waiver is? Do you understand you have a 30 days right to process? Do you understand that you have a right to a copy of your petition? And also, sir, I will give you an opportunity to read this so that you can understand. And don't ever sign anything that you don't understand. So I had to make sure that he was sitting as the special master or the family master. I had to make sure that people understand their rights. Now, did he like the way his order came out? He did not like it, but it was according to the law. And I even gave him an opportunity I said, do you have any evidence to refute what they're saying? Because that's your right. Do you need an opportunity to have a continuance in order to consult with you, an attorney of your choice? Because that's your right. But at the end of the day, I had to make a decision because he said no, he wanted to go forward. I made the decision. He did not like the decision, but it was the right decision. So that's why I'm the right choice, because I have the right experience. And I thank you. I would like to thank each and every one. I'm running for the Fort County Justice Court Judge, Central District. I thank you for your time, but most importantly, I would love to have your vote. So a vote for Angela is a vote for justice. I am the justice that you need. I am the justice that you deserve. I am justice for all. Vote for Angela Turner Kimbrough on November 3rd, 2026.
Thank you, Mr. Turner. Y'all give another hand. That's what I'm talking about. You know that song says, short and sweet, baby. But anyway, she said she's justice for all. Now, she said the right experience and the right choice. Well, she sounded convincing, didn't she? Very convincing. Because she got a lot of experience. As I look back at the program back there, she got a lot of experience back there. But she said you don't have to be a lawyer, which you don't. But I tell you what, it's kind of hard to beat all this right here, though, isn't it? You got just like the young man you told that read his papers. These lawyers don't have any large firms. They're going to have to do some woodshed, quick, fast, and in a hurry. But I was very impressed because look at Over time, she wanted me to go back. I was glad me to go back to law school. But anyway, we're gonna have some. Any of y'all have any questions? Y'all might just keep through. I know y'all got to ask something now. I know y'all kidding for just asking something, huh? Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
Okay. Can you share with us what the superior precincts are? I know it's central, but it's
Okay, that's a good question.
Well, okay, I know it's in. I'm sorry.
Okay, come on. Okay. Well, you'll go to the precinct, central district.
The people who vote, they vote at the precinct in Illabena, Rising Sun area. Also, the youth center, the courthouse, and it's also over across the river. I think the fire station, if I'm not mistaken, but it's on Main Street. So that's what it doesn't. Like, I don't think this area is included. And there's even certain parts of Snowden Jones and Gill Street. So.
That's the youth center.
Youth center, yeah.
Okay.
And if you know anyone who's over in those areas, ask them to vote for Justice Angela Turner Kimball. We will make sure we get you those yard signs. All right.
She said me around here to get her sign.
Okay.
So Laura and John 519 Avenue, please.
Okay.
Miss Pete, you get all of them? You get all of them? All right.
And Miss,
Yeah, oh, very important. And I tell you what,
yes, sir.
as a former election commissioner, if you don't win that courthouse, you ain't gonna win. That's why the bulk of your vote's gonna be at that courthouse. And if you take that courthouse, you're gonna be all right. Now, Illabena, do you have North Illabena and South Illabena or both of them? Both of them, okay. Now, I'm giving you another clue. North Illabena is your big box. Huge box. North Illabena is your courthouse. If you get those two, you're gonna be all right.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any other questions? That's all you got one? Any other questions?
How much you pertaining to what you're running for? But you mentioned lunacy something earlier. Lunacy, what is it?
Lunacy. Okay.
What is that?
Lunacy.
Who handles that? Actually, I think it's one of the areas where people don't have their barriers about them.
Yes, sir.
And need some help. How do they actually get help? You see a lot of that.
Okay, well, what I handle is lunacy cases or mental health cases. I handle those. And what they have to do is Mr. Nitra Spells or anybody with the Chancery Clerk's office, if you have anybody that may have some mental illness going on with them, a lot of times people may fail to properly medicate. And so therefore it makes them where they may need some additional help to ensure that they are taking their medication. But the Nitra Spells is who normally handles the commitments affidavits. And we work with Life Health here also. So that's how normally people go up there. Anybody can go up there with information regarding anybody that may be in need of some type of mental health. And also they deal with alcohol and drug treatment also.
Doctors say that they have problems.
You don't have to have documents. All you have to have is personal hand information. But you have to sign an affidavit to say that this information is true and correct, because you will be required to come to the hearing and give information or evidence unless the person waives. Waives means they're saying that I don't want to have a hearing. But if you're dealing with a person who's mentally ill, it's very rarely that we waive it, because we want to make sure that they do. Because if you don't have the ability to continue with what you need with providing the necessary care for yourself, you may not know what a waiver is. So it's important that we make sure that they know what's going on, and that's why an attorney is appointed, to make sure their rights are protected.
Did you bring pictures of the person, maybe a conversation with the person that you had, to show that they're not the only person?
You can bring it to the hearing, but any person can come up there. Like, I can go up there today. Like, if I wanted you committed, for example, I can go up there today and say that I want Mr. Lee Hall committed, but I have to give a reason why. I just can't go up there and say, well, okay, like, 'cause some people may not even like people. So, but I have to have a reason, and I have to make sure, because that's why it's important that I sign this affidavit. Because if you sign an affidavit and you're giving the wrong and misinformation, then you can be held liable. But your information is not, your proof and evidence is not important until we actually have a hearing. So you can go up there and just talk and say, Lee Hall needs some help. He's doing this. He's threatening. But the standard is that, is he a threat to himself or someone else? That's the standard. Because even with the law, just because somebody thinks something, you have all different types of standards. But proof beyond a reasonable doubt, clear and convincing, or preponderance of evidence. And so I hope today that I have proven to y'all that I'm proof beyond a reasonable doubt. This is clear and convincing evidence.
Living in extreme elements. Bridget.
That's a threat to themselves.
That's what I want to hear.
Yes, sir.
So, thank you.
Yes, sir. Any more questions?
Okay. I've got no. All right, go ahead, young lady.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, Jody Wilson is not included in this central district.
They all in fact, we got 3 of them in Joseph Wilson, not in her district. This is the central district.
Yes, sir.
I think Joseph Wilson is in the southern district, I believe.
If I'm not mistaken, with Judge Palmer.
Y'all know Carlos Palmer, but he's a judge for that area. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Good.
My question is, what measures will you take
Say again.
What measures will you take to make the court more accessible to the public?
Well, right now, the court is always accessible to the public. A lot of times they have to go to the clerk's office. So if the clerk's office gets some information and it needs to get to the judge, the clerk will always contact the judge. And if it's information that has to be shared with both the prosecutor, then they will not contact me, because the prosecutor has to be made aware of it, because it will be called ex parte communication, and we can't have that.
Would you put some more alerts online?
If they have the programs, because one of the things I'm looking into, because we have a lot of people who come to court, they can't pay the money, for example. And so they may be required to, let's pay $200 some. $200 some to you may not be anything, but $200 some to another person may be 2 or 3 months of food. So we're trying to, I would get with the necessary people to talk to them about any type of programs, that, like a work program, for example, so they won't be incarcerated just for, a fine. And because what they call that is a debtor's prison, and that's not what we're about. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Could you repeat the question?
The question is that, being that I am an attorney, does it make me more qualified to hold this position? I would, yes, sir. And the reason being is that because you have to be with the law, it changes, right? But the thing about it is that we have these rule books, and we're able to read from the rule books. But you got to be able to interpret what the rules say. You got to be able to say, when it says shall, it has to be shall, but you got to look a little farther, because it may have an exception to the shall. So, and you can't set policy that trumps law. Because you may have a policy that, my policy that you can't leave this courtroom without paying, but that's not the law. The law says that you have to have a person that can they pay this money? Do they have the funds and the ability to pay this money? Then if not, what do we offer them different from what it is? So I think it's important that with this position that you know the law and be able to administer the law fairly. And biased, you can't be unbiased. I mean, you can't be biased. Like, because I know, if I know Ms. Nielsen, for example, and I know Sister Marita, but because I know Ms. Milton a little better than Marita, well, I'm going to do it for her, but I'm not going to do it for Sister Marita. That's not fair. That's not right, regardless who you know. It has to be across the board, A, B, C, D to Z, because if I can't do it for A, I definitely won't do it for B.
All right. Let's give a hand. Very good. I think she's ready, prepared, ready to serve. Well, you did your homework, didn't you? She stayed up all last night. You did it. Well, she's sleeping. Kimberly, make sure she get a good night's sleep down here. Okay, good. We'd like to invite y'all back next week. We will have one-year opponent, Mr. Dr. Rashawn Bailey. He's running for the same position you're running for. And Ms. Milton, we have Antoine Williams. So we have two speakers next week, one for school board, District 3, and one for just court judge number, and we'll be, and Ms. Griggs and Manager, we'll probably meet every week until this election over with. We got a lot of folks running, and Billy Thompson's going to be on the 9th. Been over there, big rally here. So we have somebody here every week, and we run out of speakers. This building, we'll recycle y'all back again. How about that? That sound okay? Good. Okay. But anyway, but before we go, this means I want to let y'all know that I will keep those people for the Bees and Green banquet, Mr. Let's get his name. Scott Cologne. Scott Cologne, he's running for U.S. Senate, okay? And he's going to be keeping those people on Bees. That's October 8th. That's not long, so I'm telling y'all that. So go ahead and save your money, save your pennies and everything. We're going to start at 6 o'clock on the dot. And of course, now don't forget the hospitality. That started at 5. That's, I tell you what, I don't know who on my trip anymore, but they sure come over some good wine. I tell you what, people just enjoy that stuff. Look at some of them get so full, we're ready to go home before we get. But anyway, we're going to have a Scott along, and our Senator Justin Pope, the one that took Senator Jordan's place, he's going to bring greetings, Senator Pope. And we're going to get Mr. Gary to come, and he's going to give us an update on this election coming up, all these things that we've got to be aware of. Okay. I've been hearing rumors around about you going to have marriage license and birth certificate. I don't see it nowhere in the law. The only thing you got to have is a photo ID. That's all you got to have. All right. Anything else, Ms. Cooper? Heard? Go ahead.
Well, the only thing Senator Jordan couldn't make it right now because he couldn't, he misplaced his house.
Okay.
And understandably, he didn't want his house to belong to his wife. But I'd like to just reiterate one of the things that I know that he would be saying, and that is don't just think vote, don't just talk vote. Actually go to the polls
and vote.
Because we got some serious things going on, and there's going to be some setbacks if we don't get them off of, and bring some folks with you.
And you can register all day long. You can register all from sun up to sundown. If they don't go out and vote, it's just useless, isn't it? But the Democratic Party is going to, Brown going to have a Labor Day Festival, and we're going to have voter registration going on right there. I attended the NAACP meeting last night. The Reverend Harold Lewis, he's speaking that, and they're going to have voter registration. So we're going to try to get folks registered. And the main thing, we're going to encourage them to get out and vote. We got to go out and mount the numbers now, because this thing is getting serious. About this, noticing thing, I'm not a doctor, psychiatrist, psychologist, but we have a serious problem with this. I see folks every day walking around with their head down, talking to themselves. Don't even know they're in the world. So that's a serious problem here. And you're afraid to approach them because you think that they think I'm trying to harm me. So we got a serious problem with that. And someone told me one day, they said, the government in Texas, they say they get a bus and just bring them to Mississippi and just dump them off. You want them out of Texas. You get a whole bus for and dump off in Mississippi. And I think Greenwood got somewhere with it. But anyway, that's a serious problem. So, and I don't know what to do, and I don't know how to do it. But anytime you walk in 100 degrees and you see a man walk around with an overcoat and gloves on, you know something wrong there. It's just something wrong. Okay. All right. But anyway, the main thing, we got to get over to give you some help. Because they're going to be a threat to themselves, they're going to be a threat to you. Okay? Okay, thank y'all for coming. And look, I want y'all to come back next week, okay? Miss Kimberly, come here with your opponent got to say. Oh, okay, good. And you'll be here too, okay? All right, all hearts, mind clear. Let's go, come on, business. We go home, we're here. Oh, yeah, come on. I told you I want to let you say something. Come on.
Yes, sir. I'm going to give it to you because
I'm going to let you do it. Come on. Okay, go ahead.
Good evening again, everybody.
Good evening.
I wanted to invite everyone. This is open to the community. Parents of Public Schools is hosting the We Fight for Voting Rights rally on September 19th from 10 a.m. to noon at the Andrew McQueen Jr. Civic Center on Highway 7. It is open to the public. We want people to know their rights, get registered, verify their information. We're going to have some of the state representatives. We'll have people from the community trying to rally our troops to get out to vote, because it's so much, as Mr. Sims have indicated, that is happening. And a lot of it is because we don't vote. When people say, I don't vote, yeah, when you don't vote, that's a vote. It's a vote against what's going on. So people need to understand, and we're hoping that we can inspire some people. I just have one flyer here, but if you want to stop by and give me your number, I'll text it to you. We're going to try to get some flyers out to all the churches, groups in the community, so we can have people there that will help others get to the polls. Like he said, just because you registered, you got to still cast that vote. And that's where we mess up, is we don't show up. So I would encourage everybody that is at the Civic Center on the 19th of September at 10 a.m.
I wouldn't leave it with you. You all been hearing about a red state versus blue state. Well, our motto this year for these in Greenwood, vote blue, no matter who. All right? Okay, that's all I was saying, please. Okay, Rev Bill, come on, we got ministers in the house here. We're going to move on up, y'all.
Have a turn. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Amen. And let us bow our heads. Father God, I want to thank you for this day, Lord. Your word declares that this is the day that you have made, and we shall rejoice and be glad in it, Lord. Thank you for the speakers, Lord. I pray that you would just keep your arms around them, protect them from all hurt, harm, and danger. And as we leave this place, but never from your presence, Lord, I ask you to send your angel of mercy and protection to protect us from all hurt, harm, and danger. And we'll be careful to give you all the glory. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
And I will have amazing great tickets next week.